let's get real answers and don't bullshit me and say, I can't show you, the evidence.
Because it's never been easier to create music with DAWs and at home, and there's no excuse why you're not working and putting out music regularly.
We're on a mission here, people, to expose crappy music businesses, help you make money, and we show up.
So we've also been getting a lot of questions on the sampling, interpolations, cover songs, and remixes video where you describe the differences between them. That's been a very popular video. What if I don't make money off the music I used sampled?
Yeah, so lots of myths, oh, what if I, credit? What if I don't make money? So this state of the
What
law,
if I claim nothing intended on my video?
Yeah, and I always compare it to like speeding laws, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, I didn't mean to speed, Mr. Officer. Like, they don't care. And the law doesn't care. You did it or you didn't do. So it's kind of the same thing with copyright. It doesn't matter if you didn't make money or if you didn't mean to or whatever. Like, if you did the thing, then someone can come after you. That's just how it works.
I've given up on streaming service, not enough listeners for what I do, which admittedly is pretty niche experimental music. So much hassle for a low audience. I sell fine, direct to consumer, and at shows. I love that. We are kind of shifting and we're talking about how to be your own record label. And we're talking about how to sell things and actually earn income. I'm loving this direct to consumer model that we are going to be experimenting. We have so much. You talked about a new song that we are going to drop soon. We have another project that's coming out very soon. There's so much music, and we're going to be testing a lot of these direct-to-consumer tactics. I love it, especially for artists that are just starting out. Start making money right out of the gate. You're educating your audience from the jump that this is how you work. If you're a new artist, you're telling them like, no, I'm independent. I just sell on my record. If you want it, you have to get it here.
As far as this next song, right? So the song that I dug up from the grave, and it was just something that, I just needed to finish. I need to see it realized. I love this song also. Yeah. And I was thinking about it, and I think that, I'm going to do direct to consumer in that I will make it so that there's just a way that I can actually connect with people who like might dig the song or want to support my music or whatever. And I can, just make it available to them. And then eventually I probably will still put it on music platforms. It's like a marketing kind of thing. That's how I see DSPs. And so I go, why would you miss an opportunity to, connect with the people who really care? And then if you're trying to monetize your music, sell it. That's okay. Sell it directly, make a little cash, or just be like, hey, here's it for free. And if you want to support me, here's a link that you can send me something. Send me 10 cents, send me $10,000. Like, cool, whatever you think. And, Ben Jordan talked about, he did that. He's like, I made them, more money than I'd ever made just because people appreciate the music that I make.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely great. I mean, we talk about all the time, Spotify, we got to have on Spotify. It's the marketing tool. It's how they're not pushing you out there. Do you know how hard it is to get on that Discover Weekly? I mean, just even for the people that have already listened to your music, I mean, they have to take steps to not only like one of your songs, but they have to take that extra step to follow. Are you even educating your audience when they go to Spotify to hit the follow button? That's kind of more important than even them just going and streaming a song for 30 seconds and skimming through it to see if they liked it or not. Are you harvesting your audience for Spotify even when you're working? Or are you just going, it's on Spotify, like I'm going to blow up? Direct to consumer, take control, try these different tactics, be selective from your distributors. Maybe you're just sending to TikTok and IG just for reels and stuff so you can make it so that it goes around, but like you're releasing it first. I mean, you got it right. Let's try it and keep informing. I love that conversation. Should a band website be created before the first record is released?
I don't know, just get your music out and then like move really fast. You can release the record and have the website up in like 4 hours. Like don't get too hung up. Just move. Everyone's ready to go and you're like, hey, I feel inspired to work on the website today. Just do that. If you're inspired to work on the music, do that. But like try to think about the plan. Don't just release your music to nothingness. Promote it a little bit. Get people's emails. Send an email about the new record. Like have that plan in motion a little bit.
Well, I definitely have an answer for this because this is, something again that I recently am going through and still continue to do. When you're getting your artist name for your new band, you should getting your domain name for your website already, because you want your names to be consistent across all platforms for whether it's your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your website. You want everything to be consistent. So it's just one thing that you have to say, not it's this on this platform and it's this on this platform. That's lame. So you should already have, and at the very least, as soon as you get your website all set up and you get your domain names and all that stuff, you should at the very least have an email sign up on a landing page. So it's just directed towards that. So I would say absolutely you should have a website as soon as you get your artist name. Now, whether or not you release the website, have it built, have it everything ready to go. So when you're dropping music, when you're making the announcement, you send people to the website. It's just a landing page of the email sign up. Get them signed up. Should you copyright band name or logo? So I guess a trademark.
Do the name. If you're going to trademark anything and spend the money and spend the time, do the actual name, meaning the text, because the name of the band is not going to change. The logo may. You might get a new font, you might get a new color, you might get a whatever. And any change you make to the picture is now a new trademark you have to file for. So the name doesn't change. Get the name, save some money.
How do we address the black market of bad actors creating cheap automated MIDI music solely to collect music from fake plays, creating dozens of accounts across many DSPs? It hurts us all.
Well, I mean, the different platforms are saying what they're trying to do to mitigate this. And unfortunately, the fallout is the stuff I'm talking about, which is, when people get stuck in the whole automated system and they're trying to catch all the, fake playlists and all of this. And then the people who talk about, well, what if I didn't pay for it? What if I hired a PR company or marketing company and then, they want to get me real numbers. They
Right.
want to prove that they got me the 20,000 plays of my new song. And it turns out that they paid for fake plays. And so I didn't even know about it. And then I'm the one that dealt with it because my music is now like it sucks. And so that's why we're having this conversation on like, can we see it from the music distributor's perspective? They're
Sure.
trying to figure this stuff out. Fine. But I go at the point at which we're having a direct conversation. And there should be people to have a direct conversation with you. You shouldn't have to hire an attorney. But at the point that you hire an attorney, let's get real answers and don't bullshit me and say, I can't show you, the evidence. It's proprietary. No. So one of the things that I was considering doing, I don't know if you guys would like this, but I was considering just showing you from the front end and the back end of Distrokid, right? Because I have a unique opportunity of being an artist. I've used their platform. I even recommend it to clients. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with them, generally speaking. And so from the upload process of when you select the options and they're like, hey, do you want to get a mechanical license? And a lot of people just don't understand what these things are or a more cheap way to accomplish the things that they're trying to do, such as with cover songs. But anyway, if you guys are interested in that, specifically with Distrokid, me kind of showing the front end, for someone maybe even new kind of getting started. But then I'll include the legal stuff and just be like, look, understand this is what you're agreeing to, But anyway, for those of you watching right now, how many of you actually use Distrokid?
Right.
I'm curious. Become your own record label, which is literally if you're like, hey, I want to start a record label. Cool, I got you. Understand the entire music business. I want to set up my LLC. I want to do the marketing. It's a lot. So for example, sync licensing, for example, music marketing, it's significantly cheaper than anything you would ever get from a law firm as far as all the stuff that comes with it. And you want to make 6 figures from your music career and you want to do this for real. Like, I'm going to give you what you need. Suggestions on what to send out here. I'll answer this while Orko's doing this. Depends on what it is. So we have the newsletter for Top Music Attorney, which if you're not on, go join it, topmusicattorney.com/newsletter. But, we send weekly updates and we're always just trying to help you guys. And so we're like, hey, here's a new thing you didn't think about. Here's, a resource. Here's a video. So it's just a way to kind of keep in touch in case you don't get on YouTube as often, right? So that's for TMA, kind of what we do. For Miss Krystle, I'll do it to send updates about what's going, obviously like music's coming up, music videos, behind the scenes. But the common thread I would just say think about is just don't be spammy. You hate getting so many stupid emails. You know what they look like. And, just don't ask for stuff. Like as much as you can, try to just give. Try to like entertain, educate, like whatever you do, just, be in the shoes of the person receiving the email.
And one thing that we would do different from don't just recycle just information. If they're already following you on Instagram, don't just put your Instagram kind of things in there. What we would do is throughout the week, we'd film like little pieces of things with the phone and I'll chop and make a quick little, minute and a half compilation video of just snippets, just basically like a reel or something. It's exclusive, upload it to YouTube as unlisted. And then I put that link in the email. And so the people that are on the newsletter will get something very exclusive just to them. That's not on any other platform because you want to get them incentive. You can't just keep doing the same things.
100%.
Should the music be released and uploaded to a music aggregator before using it on TikTok or IG?
Totally your decision. So we have artists who will leak music and tease it
Mhm.
before it actually comes out to try to make hyped, to try to get that viral moment. We had Halsey, a few years back. She was
Sure,
just so upset with her label. She's like,
sure.
they won't release my song because they're waiting for me to have this viral moment, which then created the viral moment for her. Anyway, so it's totally up to you if it's like a pre-release kind of campaign. But Orko's kind of philosophy on this is if someone hears the song and they like it, he would rather have it available so they can go and get it right away.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, so it just depends on what your goals are.
I like it when if it's ready and your fans are ready for it, let's get it to them. Let's get them while they're hot and they're ready to go on it. There's no point in waiting. Oh, the song comes out in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna play it to death. Like, let me get it now. Let me right now. I like people are they
Yeah,
want
it's
stuff instantly.
to Orgo's credit, because him and I, like I said, he's the producer and we, collaborate on all things. And so we try to be on the same page. We're not always, but we try to be on the same page with things like marketing. And so I'm the one that's like, let's tease it and let's pre-release and all the stuff. And he's come along to just be like, okay, fine. We eventually started doing this, but for the longest time, you were just like, hell no, no one gets to hear anything. The second they hear the chorus, like it's all over. They've heard the whole song. Why would they go and you didn't want to release
Right.
anything?
Yeah.
which I disagree with, but you also just test stuff
You gotta
every single time you release a song. Just literally test it and see if it makes any
100%.
difference.
100%. Like, you should be releasing music because it's never been easier to create music with DAWs and at home and everything like this. There's no excuse why you're not working and putting out music regularly. I'm not saying burn yourself out, but you should be doing that to where you are testing things and not be afraid. Nobody has the answers. Universal doesn't have the answers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, none of these companies have the answers. They're trying to adapt with all of the changes that are happening right now. Figure out that your own path, and it doesn't matter. You're only in competition with how you did last year as far as your numbers. How much are you putting into it? How much are you trying to grow? What new problem solving techniques are you using to fix these things that are broken in your business? Like, it's crazy. How do you not burn out on making content? I've been watching your videos for just over a month now. Your work ethic is impressive.
Oh. You know what? It's the mission. And just like you guys on how do you not burn out on working on your music career? Well, maybe you feel like you do sometimes, but you don't stop. And that's what sets your commitment to this being not a hobby, but actually a career path. Like it's your follow through. So even when you don't quite feel like it, if you're a little tired, you show up because we're on a mission here, people. And that's to expose crappy music businesses, help you make money. And I know this stuff is helping you. So we show up.
To get you informed, and the key is just kind of bulking up your content. There's, you know what I mean, like things like that really help out a lot. We have videos that we've released on the channel showing you how to make your social media content, and just we've even released videos. I think it's in our music jumpstart training. You can find it at Top Music Attorney. It's totally free, but in there we have a content schedule to kind of show you literally how we make our content as far as the scheduling and ways that you can do it. What do you like for email management? Right now, we are using Aweber, but there are a lot of other ones. There's like Mailchimp, and I don't know. There's a few. We've used Aweber because we've just had it, I think, for kind of so long. There's things about Mailchimp that are kind of interesting with some of the integrations because we use Wix sites. So there's some integrations that are good for other platforms that Mailchimp has deals with, but I don't really have any kind of problem with Aweber. It works great. The analytics are amazing. If you get kind of nerdy about analytics, Aweber is great for it. It's better than your Instagram analytics. YouTube is getting really good for them, but it just really breaks down what your audience, what they're interested in. You can create segments of different products and things that they're interested in. You sell direct from, like, you're creating little mini web pages in your emails. Like, I'm
My
plugging
only
it, but I
little
like
note,
I like the system.
yeah, my only little note is we do use Aweber, but we were looking at Mailchimp because there's an app on the phone.
Yeah,
I am moving so often,
right.
and so I like having the ability to do stuff on my phone. So that's my only kind of complaint, but otherwise,
They all kind
it's
of
been
do the
fine.
they all do the same kind of thing. So, I mean, just looking into it and getting into that is something that you should definitely be investing in. One of those platforms, just see which one is right for you. What's the backup content if the TikTok ban goes into effect? Instagram, the backup content is your website.
Yeah.
It's your website. Have controlling your audience, getting those email addresses so you can send emails that your all your updates, and that's the answer. It's got to be.
The question is ASCAP versus BMI for small indie artists. It's okay. Like, be on one of them. Okay. I have been with BMI
Mhm.
for like over a decade. And I think as of now, ASCAP is still free to sign up on, and BMI changed it so you do have to pay a fee to sign up on. So double check that. But they substantively do the same thing for collecting your royalties in the United States. So just make sure you get on one of them. Okay.
Is it smart to be a music publisher through all performance rights organization?
Yeah, just I mean, be consistent, right? So if you're acting as your own music publisher, just make sure you go and register in all the places, use the same entity. Other than that, my concern for you guys is more of just make sure you're not leaving money on the table. Make sure you register on all the music platforms you need to collect your royalties.